Inflation has definitely been one of the major concerns for most people around the world these last couple of years. And now a recession seems to be around the corner while inflation is still not going away. But when you go online and try to figure out how to lower the impact of inflation on your life, most of the time you're gonna come across some investment tips out there. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying making investments is wrong. In fact, I do believe we need some investments to keep up with, if not to beat the inflation. The problem here is that investments usually serve a long term financial goal. It might not necessarily help with our day to day financial management, not to mention the fact that it could hurt your cash flow. So, today I will share some more practical ways to live in a time of inflation that everybody can benefit from right away. Alright, tip number one, start meal prep on a weekly basis. It is obvious that making meals on your own is way cheaper than dining out. But hey, there is more. Think about this. Have you ever had a time that you feel hungry when you are working on something? You stop whatever you are doing, you go check your fridge, and there's no food. Now you are facing a decision. A, you could order a takeout, but that's gonna cost you a fortune, especially during this inflation times nowadays. And you will still have to wait until the food comes. B, you could cook some food for yourself, but that's gonna interrupt whatever you were working on. And if there's no ingredients on your fridge, you would even need to go to the grocery store. So, not so ideal either. And that is why I suggest preparing your food for a whole week. So basically, spare a whole afternoon to go get grocery and cook. Better yet, if you can find a partner or somebody that you can do it together, that will be golden. Anyway, it will end up costing you less money and time so that you could have more freedom to focus on your work and enjoy your life during the whole week. So, now that you've saved some money and time because you start doing weekly meal prep, what do you do to make sure that they are put in good use? That comes to my second point today, which is find a side hustle that you enjoy doing. Apparently, many of us could benefit from the extra cash a side hustle can bring in, and ideally, you will be doing something you enjoy. But let's go one step further here. What other factors should we consider when deciding which side hustle to take? The answer here is we want to try to make our side hustle as scalable as possible. This concept is inspired by the Netflix show Get Smart with Money. I totally recommend it if you struggle with money. Making your effort scalable means the outcome of your work will no longer be only measured by the time that you invest in it. Say, if you are a software developer, your income is essentially decided by how many people use it and how much they use it, instead of how much time you spend building the software. That is called scalable. I'm sure you've come across this notion more or less in the past. The question here is, what if the things that you are passionate about happen to not be so scalable? Apparently, not everybody's a software developer. And what if the only thing you can imagine yourself doing as a side hustle is, say, walking dogs? You know what? That's okay. There is always a way to make it scalable. If you really love doing something, you must have a lot to share, right? You could create an account online to share your passion. And that is basically what I'm doing right now. I'm obsessed with personal finance and mortgage stuff, so I'm making this video to share with you. Please just keep in mind that the most popular format is video, and then image, then text, and the last one is audio. Whatever forms of sharing you are going with, as long as you upload it online, you will unlock a potentially unlimited scalable outcome. If you have watched this video to this point, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I will constantly share helpful tips to help you build your personal finance. Thank you very much. Last but not least, log your expense and start budgeting based on the 4-month average of your expense. I used to set up a budget when I just started to care more about my personal finance. My budget was ridiculously low at the time because I wanted to save up as much money as possible toward my first house. It didn't take me long to realize the target was impractical. That is why I suggest starting with logging your expense first. Don't throw a budget at yourself until you have logged your expense for a while. Again, typically within 4 to 6 months, because we will always have some unexpected costs. So it is better to collect enough data before you make a wise and informed decision on how much you should spend per month. Alright, before I wrap up, I want to thank you for watching this video. Please comment below on what are the ways to inflation in recession, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.